Here's a question for you. I don't know if you just heard that, but I had like a little throat gargle right there. How much of your culture, how much of the culture that you are in, are you able to control? Are we all just products of the culture? Right? Nature, nurture, right? Nature, nurture, it's the nurture aspect. Certainly, we are a product and molded by our environment. That could be the home life that we experienced, school, the neighborhood. I grew up in South Jersey. That certainly influenced me more than if I grew up in like Minnesota, the United States, right? We are a product of the culture that we are in. But the question and the thought is, and by the way, I don't even know if there's an answer, but that's kind of the point of think about it is literally just like, I'm just thinking out loud. How much of our culture are we able to control? Because certainly I cannot just say and like will an American culture into like what I think it should be. The reason why I started thinking about this is I saw on the TikTok a video of this dude. He's married, has a child, is I guess living in Japan. I don't know. He's in Japan and was observing like children riding the train and then just getting off the train with no parental guidance. And he's like, what is going on? And like sometimes they were wearing yellow hats. And so we eventually at some point like asked someone, and that person was saying like, oh, well, the yellow hat represents like this child might need help. So like look out. But also he's saying like in Japanese culture, it's agreed upon the collective society that like the collective has a responsibility to take care of the children. And I was thinking like that would be so much better. And I believe the video was about like in response to school shootings, which like what can you even say honestly in regards to like this should be different? Like yeah, no crap, man. But looking at that and saying like that is certainly I find to be better than what we do. And we're very much in an individualistic society where it's like these are my kids, I will raise them how I deem fit, blah 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 blah. But that got me thinking about like, all right, well, like, am I able to influence our culture in any way? Because I feel like that is good. Like the collective help. It's not like raising the children. It's just helping to take care of them. And the thought that I came to was really the only thing you can control is yourself. With that being said, like, certainly we're molded by our culture, but like, you don't have to be a mindless product of whatever the culture is. The culture could be, like, I have a culture in my classroom. Every single period is different. The culture is just whatever the group is right there. That is the culture. And you don't have to be entirely controlled. You can, at some point, decide the culture that you want to be a part of. And start to act out the culture that you think is right. Now, that almost goes against like an American philosophy of like live and let live. And like, I think that is part of the culture. I think that is right, honestly. But that's also like being welcoming to other cultures. What is wisdom? Like, wisdom should be the culture. And you don't have to just be, as I said, a mindless product to the culture you were raised in. At some point, you can analyze, evaluate, and act. And the only way for you to change the culture around you is for you to act out the behaviors that seem to be right. And if they are right and proper and wise, hopefully that will start to spread. If you want to change the culture, you have to act out on the change that you wish it is, right? You don't have to be a product. I don't know. Something to think about.